Okay, I'm just setting this up, making sure that everything is going well. This is a different program, so I'm not 100% if it's going to be good or not yet. I'm just testing it out for now. If it is good, I'll let you guys know. I just need to double check what it's calling the stream, and make sure that it has all of the things in it. Okay, it's calling it Inktober Art stream, which isn't inaccurate. So that's good. Going through and adding some more tags. Alright, saving those changes. Oh, my tags are too long. Let's try that. Teddy. If you can hear that noise in the back, it's my dog. He's chewing on a bone and trying to get comfortable. Alright, that looks like it works. And checking now, making sure everything's sweet before I start. I know that I just did all of this like 5 minutes ago, but this is a new app, so I have to remake sure that everything is set up and doing honky-dory. Alright, that all looks like it should be good. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, for any of you that don't know, I'm working on Inktober. I'm actually a couple of days behind because of the weekend. It was long weekend here in New Zealand, and I went to 2 different birthday parties, and on Friday I hung out with a friend, and then on Monday I did animation catch up just to make sure that I had everything done that needed to be done before the week started. Sadly, that did make me fall like 3 days behind in Inktober, right after I caught up, but hey, that's the life of an artist, right? It's like falling behind repeatedly just to catch back up. Yeah, so if you guys have any questions or comments or anything, just let me know. I'll answer anything that I can. And I'll annotate what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but for the most part, I'll probably be quiet until I don't know, somebody comes and watches. I know that's probably a little bit silly. I just like to listen to music. Usually I listen to podcasts and do my art. I've messed up already. Doing the last little tidy ups before I start inking. That should be pretty easy enough ink this time around. I've made the last two, this one and the next one, which is this. Pretty simple, just to get into the ketchup. I think my next one after that is a little bit more complicated, but nothing hugely detrimental to my time. Just because the end of this month seems to have become way more busy than I ever anticipated it to. Lots of new happenings around me, and I think that my personal life is more important than this challenge. And getting everything sorted in my life, because while the challenge I can do another day, my life cannot be held up. I'm very much somebody who thinks that you should live life every single day, and I think that friends, family, coworkers, they all come before just doing a challenge. And yeah, this is to make me better, but I'm still drawing every day, so it's not like it's the be-all, end-all, I guess. Originally, I started doing this challenge to challenge myself to do videos every day, but I found that even YouTubers who do it for a living find making videos every single day very taxing. And so for me to do this every day on top of my full-time job and on top of like having a new puppy and trying to hang out with my family and my wife and my friends, like it's very difficult to juggle all those things. So what I want to do is I want to spend a little bit of time, I don't know, I want to spend time on this and I want to do it, but I don't think I'll ever exceed trying to do like even 5 videos a week. It just seems insane because I was very new to editing. So that's not anything I ever anticipate trying to juggle again. Gotta turn the music down a little bit. Actually, nah, it's fine. I don't know what it sounds like to you guys. I don't have an audio checker. And I don't want to just, I don't know, sit on my own page and try to listen in because I'm afraid of getting weird feedback. Yeah, feedback loops are one of my least favorite sounds. Also, hello to anybody who's watching. I do notice that there are a couple of you in the chat, but nobody's talking. Don't be afraid, I don't bite. Oops. So yeah, originally, when I started sketching these, I wanted something a little bit happier for all of my sketches, so I came up with something that I thought could go in many ways, and that if I was sad, I could do something sad. And if I was happy, I could have some happier things. And for the most part, the way that I've been making these, this couple have been happier throughout. And I've enjoyed that because, I don't know, there's enough sad things out there. I do a lot of sad things, don't get me wrong. Like, I do a lot of sadder art and a lot of really monstrous, I guess would be the only word for it. Like a lot of monsters and horror comics and things like that. But I needed a little bit of a break from that, despite the fact that it is the spooky month. One of my favorite months. I just needed respite, I guess. And to anybody watching this, I'm very sorry for my horrible handwriting. Hi, Mom. How are you? I almost typed in the chat. That would not be the thing that I'm supposed to do, I think. I mean, I could, but it means like turning around and stopping doing this, and I should really be using a ruler. Look at that wobbly line. I say as I continue not using a ruler, which is right here. It'll be okay. It will be beautiful. Bam, and nobody will ever know that I wobbled that line. Oh dear. Alright, so it's gonna be whoosh, 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 whoosh. Okay, see you soon. And thank you for coming. Okay. Oh yeah, more of these lines. So they're falling down. They've fallen in a tunnel, essentially, is what I'm doing here. The tunnel of love. Okay, now the erasing. And then I can see all the places that I missed with my pen. Ah! I hate when that happens. And believe me, it happens a lot because I'm not the most careful with my erasing process. Oh, look, she's missing an entire arm. That's a healthy way to live, I think. Just have your arm not be cut off, but just like fade into reality. Just look at that. There's no actual segmented part. It's just no longer there. Alright, this is the original sketch, and yes, they're going to be completely in shadow, and the rest of it is going to be like light coming from behind them. That's for another one. Whew. Okay, that is a really bendy bend. I'll have to iron it out or something. Okay, grab my pens. Okay. Some drawing gum. In the bottom of this drawing gum is one of my dip pen things. And I feel really bad about that. I haven't been able to retrieve it because I don't want to waste anything on it. Because I don't know if I've mentioned this or if you've watched any of the videos that mention drawing gum ruins brushes. Speaking of, I need to ruin this one, I guess. Alright, so instead of covering her entire self, I'm just doing her hair, kind of like one of the previous ones. Hold on. This one here, so it's just her hair. They're going to be in silhouette. Yeah. So hopefully this looks like it does in my head. Don't know why I wasn't trying to white that out. Oh, Teddy. No. Sorry, my dog is wandering. He wants to go to bed, but when he goes to bed, he does this thing where he sits underneath the bed and shuffles his feet, and while my wife is going to sleep, she can't fall asleep because he'll try to make the underneath the bed, otherwise known as the floor, feel comfortable and snuffle and shuffle around. He does it in the bed as well, and I put him in the bed when I come to bed. But, oh dear. But he can't go in until after she's fully asleep. And last I checked, she was on her phone, though that was about an hour ago, on her phone not sleeping. I was like, this doesn't look like sleeping. And she was like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's alright. I'm not angry. Dip pen plus drawing gum for eyeballs. Oh, my dog's disappeared. I should go find him. I will in a second. Gonna put a little line here and then down here so that that fills up. But what I'm going to do is basically cover each one of these lines slightly so that I don't have to go back afterwards with white ink with doing this exact same thing. Because white ink is a pain in the buttocks. Sometimes it works with you, sometimes it works against you. It really just depends on the mood. This needs to be fixed. That's so messed up. Color in her eyeballs and her teeth. Color on this line. So once I've been on YouTube long enough to have 100 subscribers, I can actually use their live streaming app and not use all these other weird apps. I'm kind of excited about that. Teddy, what's that? Did you bring me your foot? Okay, thank you, baby. Here, eat it there. On your bed. And then put the stars in her hair. Oh yeah, I need to still fill in this part. I'll go back to that in a second for both. But that part needs to be filled in with a pen, otherwise it'll get a little bit gross. It'll have really jagged edges. I'm hoping to avoid that this round. I'm going to put a little bit of this in the heart up here. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Little star. Doot. Doot, 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 doot. some stars in the eyeball. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, doot, doot. If you're also an artist, what's your favorite medium? Oops. Sorry for all the shadows. Usually when I'm recording, it has my front camera on. Well, I mean, that's what I'm using now, but it also uses the flash. And with this app, it doesn't let me, so I'm not gonna push my luck. Beep, 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 boop. Beep, 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 boop. Oh, welcome back. I wish I had wine. Well, I do. I just can't drink it because I have work tomorrow. And I feel like maybe that wouldn't be the best idea. I don't ever drink before I have work the next day because I'm square. I wouldn't say I don't ever. I just don't as much anymore. Not sure how far it is behind. I mean, I know it's at least 30 seconds behind, and I think that's because I'm going through my Wi-Fi. And I'm upstairs and the Wi-Fi is downstairs, but we got a router, not a router, an extender, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Sorry about the jiggle. I was checking which thing I was on, and I just shouldn't have. Dummy. So I'm applying the drawing gum, which is going to take a little bit to dry. So in between this, I'm going to be doing some SketchUps of some of the other Inktober stuff. And usually in between when things are drying is when I do my editing of video, which I have some to do, quite a lot of sums. But I talked to my wife, Rin, this weekend, and I think that I'll be doing them next weekend as a catch-up and just release them all basically as I can, because what I was doing was not sustainable. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do all of these. I'm gonna probably do all of these as time lapses, but I will need to download the video and then export it, which means that a lot of my Inktober videos will be going well into November, just so that I have a whole bunch of content, but also because I'm behind, and because there's a video for each day of the week, editing all that video and doing a voiceover for every single one of them is fairly taxing. I think live streaming is pretty decent in the respect that it takes a lot less time to just live stream. I mean, the setup takes a little bit, but to live stream and just blah 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 doesn't take much time at all. That's a little bit, I'm not saying that live streaming is easier, I'm just saying it's a lot less upkeep. Yeah. Oh yeah, I need to fix that arm. Ugh, I'm not there yet. I'm still doing drawing gum. When do you get to drink wine again? Okay, I think, no, I was wrong. Drawing gum for this isn't done. Okay, so I'm gonna fix up some of these things while I can, just because I know that the drawing gum is still drying, but I think that I can fix some of these things while the drawing gum is still drying before I get back into doing the actual painting of this. My puppy is chewing on his pig's foot and it smells vile. I really am not a fan. Whoops, sorry. Going out of frame here. Monstrous. It's all gonna have to be, well, good thing they're gonna be silhouettes, because holy cow. Okay, so while I let that dry, yeah, well, maybe you should wait until you see your surgeon before you go back on it. That sounds like a dumb idea to do it before then. Okay, so those are my sketches. Oh, this is my little to-do list. I've done a couple of them. I'm still working on others. Yeah. Hold on, wait. Inktober and community. I should cross that off. That's what I'm doing right now. And I mean, it's 25 days through the challenge, and even if I didn't finish it, I would still count it as done. It's a really huge commitment, but I did it. Done. Kind of. I missed that. Alright. So, oh yeah, I got my thing done. My animation done. I just need to send it in tomorrow. And then hopefully I hear back within the week. That'd be super cool. If I don't, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I got it all done. I had a couple of workmates review it and tell me what they think and what they would change. And now I just need to get my storyboards together and send them through as well. And see what they think. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Otherwise, I think I'm going to start working on a lot of other animations as well. And just freelance while I'm still doing my work. It means I won't be able to do challenges like this, but I think I'll still be able to find time to do the odd here and there thing. I noticed when I was doing my show reel, my animation show reel, that I haven't actually done a lot of animation this year. I mean, I've done a decent amount. Like, considering I'm teaching, I've done a minute worth of animation, but some of it's not really show reel worthy, and I didn't put it in there. But it made me realize how much more animation I could be doing, and I think that that's something I would like to work towards, is coming up with animation ideas and doing things instead of just like planning out their animatics, but like making them into a full animation thing. That way I'm not just saying, oh yeah, I want to do this thing, I'm going to do this thing by Christmas, and then just having it all planned out and not actually doing it. It's a massive waste of time. I mean, it wouldn't be a waste of time if I actually did anything with it, but I have some things like my present for my nieces. Like, a lot of that is planned out, and like characters have been made, but I still haven't finished. Like, I haven't even thumbnailed an animatic. I haven't done a lot of things that I should have done by now. Especially if I was going to get it to them by Christmas, which I don't think is going to happen now because it's October, almost November, and the amount I wanted to animate is just way too much. So instead, I'm going to give them, like, themselves as characters from this show that they really like, Star vs. the Force of Evil. Hopefully that appeases them. And then I'm going to have them, like, choose what their catchphrase would be if they were a character from that show, casting a spell or whatever. And then I'll animate that for next year. And that way I have a whole year to do it instead of just, I don't know, winging it in the last month. Because I think I would be able to get a decent animatic out by then, but I don't think I would be able to get a full animation. Alright, so this one's going to be for Juicy. And they are picking and eating strawberries with their children, which they now have. I don't know if you guys have seen this one. They're pregnant earlier on with constellations on a piece, like a paper type that I hate. I'm never going to use it again. Well, not for anything big, but this Bockingford artist watercolor paper is terrible. It just, I don't know if it's the paper quality. I don't know what it is about it, but it didn't hold my ink. It warped. It felt so nice, but it was not ideal. All right, so let's see, I've done that one. I've done that one. I'm going to paint that one later. This is the one I'm doing right now. So this should go over here. And I'm going to work on this one. Okay. So the theme for this one is trail. Oh, okay. I'm going back. This one. This is the fox, and that's the rabbit signs, if I remember correctly. But I had a lot of problems with this one because of the ink. Like, if you notice this here, the paper held onto the drawing gum, and anywhere I put it, it would like either bleed through or rip, and it took forever for any of the ink to dry. And some of the ink has a shine to it, like that. Do you see that? Instead of being matte. I don't know what's going on with this ink, but overall I like the effect that I was able to achieve working against the paper. It just reminded me how important artist quality paper is. Yeah. Okay, so on this line of hair, bunny girl's walking in the distance, and I want, oh yeah, I need the reference from that. Yeah, I was nuts using that paper. I guess, like, being able to work with good paper, good quality paper for the past 2 years, I just didn't realize how bad the paper and the stuff I was using was. But, like, I don't know if Bockingford is actually bad. It's just not good for me. So let's make a little tiny bunny person. With their arms out because they need to balance. And this foot is going to be like this. And that foot's going to be back. Boop. Curly, 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 curly. Boop. Really dumb looking face. I need to fix that. Okay, wait. Let's redo that. Curly, curly, curly. No oval face with the eyes like this. Nose, little boop. Little teeth. Doot, doot, doot. Balance. Okay, let's make that arm look like an arm. Oh my goodness. Little fingers. Boop, boop. Yeah, it's Mockingford paper. That is exactly what it is. Your your puns are great. The other day when Leanne was over, we were working on our plague doctor masks for Halloween. And we were making puns and memes back at each other, and Rena was just like, so what, is this all you guys do? Just sit here, make puns and meme at each other? I was like, yeah, pretty much. And you are pretty much why I make terrible puns, I've decided. Derp derp. Teddy! Hi, Teddy. Come here, baby. Come here. Gentis. Gentis. Yeah. Alrighty. The other one is dry now, so I'm just gonna quickly get this done. Then we can get into inking. Not any of these, but in general, yeah. I almost wish that I didn't make get a watercolor sketchbook and I just quickly did these ones up, because I think in general they would just look a lot better. Like on the top of the original sketch, if it was on better paper than this paper. This is just cartridge paper from the printer. because, you know, you gotta make do with whatever you have. And I think cartridge paper is a great resource for just doodling up sketches. Different ideas. Whoa, that's not the... There we go. Squish, squish, squish. Alright. Now let's move this out of the way. Alright, it's dry enough. I need to tape it to the other page with my purple tape. That's really weird. Your cat is weird. It's sad that you have to stand there while she drinks water from the shower. And I know she does it because I've had to turn the water on for her too. But she doesn't make me stand there. Does she like you to watch her drink water? Or did you just not want the shower to be running all night? I guess it's not that weird. I leave my my stuff on for Ember, like the sink. I'll sometimes leave it dripping, not like going full all night. Okay. So, let's see. Teddy! Teddy's being quiet, and that's scary because he's a puppy. Okay, yeah, I guess that's pretty dark. Need to get actual black, I think. Okay, I will be right back. I need to rinse my water because, hold on, I'll show you what my water looks like right now. This is my clean water. Delicious. It needs to not do that. Teddy! What are you getting into? Teddy! Hello, Teddy. What are you messing with? What are you doing? Yes, thank you for bringing me your pig ear. Do you want your squeaky toy? There you go. 1 in the morning. Holy goodness. Holy goodness gracious. Okay, so I know Copic leaks through the other side of the page. So I'm going to use ink, just regular ink. This is my Kuretake brush pen. And I'm going to get through the hair with it on it. If it doesn't hold out longer than that, then I'll probably switch to Winsor & Newton, just straight black ink. Hi, Dad! He can watch too, unless he's sleeping. If he's sleeping, then he doesn't have to. Though, I guess he's probably watching right next to you. Hi, Dad! Hi, Teddy. Hi, Teddy. What? Do you guys hear Teddy? He's very upset. Not entirely sure why. Teddy. Teddy. He's got something in his mouth. Oh yeah, he's definitely asleep if he told you to say hi for him twice. No. Come on, you can do it. I really need to get a new refill for this pen. I just don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money. I've never used more ink than I have this month. Inktober it's pretty great. But it's expensive if you're using things that are expensive. Honestly, I would use my Copic pens, but they bleed through the page like no one's business, and I don't want to deal with that. I usually use both sides of the page. I don't really have an excuse to not do it this time because I've not been using the other sides of the page except for as tests. Like, if you look through all of my sketchbooks, they just... Hold on, I'll show you. So, like, if you look through my sketchbooks... Oh, I guess this one doesn't count. I don't really want to show this one. I guess I will. Like, if you look at my sketchbooks, they'll have things on both sides of the page. This is from a while back. I never even finished this book. Like, most of it is just blank pages. That's because the paper quality is trash. But, like, I use both sides of my pages usually. Boop, boop. This is from Inktober last year. I did witches, and I stopped on day 22. Day 22 of Inktober is the last thing I got to. Yeah. Getting a taste of chasing a child with something in its mouth. I know that will be a problem in my future. Just because I still put things in my mouth that aren't supposed to be there. Like bottle caps. Yeah. Ah, that was stupid. You see this? This is stupid. Now, I keep forgetting that, like, I can't rest my hand ever. Because ink is, you know, not something you can rest your hand on. I use my Cintiq all day, so I usually just, you know, rest my hand wherever. Because screens don't do that. And if they did, I would probably cry. Okay, just got it on my desk. My poor white desk is never going to be white again. Teddy! Teddy's being very quiet again. Hi, what are you doing? Okay, instead of using the Winsor Newton, because I'm doing black ink, I'm just going to use this cheap India ink. It smells cheap even. Because, well, I don't want to use all of my Winsor Newton because it actually fades to gray instead of brown. well, a warm gray. And I like that light gray that it makes. Teddy's being a troublemaker. I can tell because he's being quiet in another room. And I know I should go check on him, but I mean, the worst that he could do is probably upset one of the cats at this point. He doesn't chew wires. He's not peeing in the house. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing until I hear him bark. Then I'll go see what he's doing. Yep, I'm gonna have to come in afterwards and edit these out. By these, I mean take the white ink and put it for the lines because I just can't be careful enough for what I need to do for those lines. I mean, it could be, but it would take me forever. And I do not have time for that for Inktober. Not when I have so many to catch up on. Hello again, Teddy. You're being quiet. Did you ring? Oh, that's another Bigfoot. Thank you. Oh, good boy. He has 2 pig feet that he rotates between, and he's bringing me both of them, and a pig ear, and a bone. Basically, he just loves me. Oh wow, that looks so dark on the screen. He doesn't want sleeps, he wants attention, and he wants treats. He wants me to do training with him, and I've already done training with him for an hour today. But he likes training because it means that he gets food, and he's a very food-motivated dog. He will sit and stay and whatever else. He will not learn shake. Whatever I do, he has not learned shake, and I just Can't make him give me his paw. I can't make him even like understand it. Even if I have him shake my hand a million times, he just doesn't grasp the concept. He doesn't understand why I'm holding his paw. He doesn't have a problem with me holding his paw. He just doesn't get the concept. It's just not clear enough for him. There's no clear objective there. It's like, great, you hold my hand and then you give me food. Good. There's gum under some of it so that when you remove it, you see lines. And other parts I'm just going to have to go through and add it back in. But that's not going to be too terrible because even though you guys can't see it on the cam because of the light, I can see subtle variations in tone, which is good. Otherwise, in this part, I'd be screwed. Teddy, what are you doing? Wow, that looks super black to you guys. In advance, I'm kind of sorry. Kind of. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is going to make this, oh, I forgot to do something. That makes me sad. Okay, back to these clasping hands, and let's just black that out so that when I put the white lines in, it doesn't look like a mess. Okay, then boop, boop, boop. Okay. Hi, Teddy. Okay. I'm gonna add some water to this area. And that runoff is okay. I'm not worried about it. Especially because this stuff is still wet. It's gonna bleed a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. All right. So now what I'm going to do is top up just a little bit of this stuff gathering here. And then I'm going to take this ink that I have mixed with water and stuff and drop it and let it disperse. Yeah, the water's to make it have like a varied pattern instead of a smooth one. Like this little branching out bits. Just to keep it from being super even and to give it some cool textures. Now I'm going to pick some of it back up. I hear one of my cats running. Pretty sure it's Alistair, but it might be Ember running from Alistair. We'll find out soon. You might see a flying cat on my desk. Just picking up some of this excess water to help it dry faster. And then I'm going to, oh, where did that go? There it is. I'm gonna pick up some of this, lighten, texture this. Okay, so, before we go back into waiting mode, I'm going to paint the mask. Oh, that went blurry for a second. With this ink. Again, Indian ink, because it's really cheap and it's great. Take this detailing brush. Oh no. Gosh darn it. I should have picked that up there. Welp. That happens. Okay. So I'm gonna have to probably, like, with the red it stains so heavily that it's really difficult to pick up. But you can cover it, so I'm gonna probably mix some black and white to make a opaque gray to topple on top of that. It's just fine, it just sucks. I hate covering things up like that. It's not time consuming or anything, it's just something that you try to avoid, you know, as you get better or whatever. But yeah, I need to pay more attention to where my water spots are. Alright, so now that I have that colored in slightly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some black with some red and make dark red. I know. Black. With some red. There we go. Put some in here. Just give it a little bit of subtle shading. I'll actually go in and put some white on the whiskers. Not the whiskers, the cheek fuzz on the fox head. I do it whenever I have enough time or when I think it'll look really good. And I think it'll look good in this piece because it's just so dark. Yeah. So now I have to wait for that to dry. Oh, actually, I have to wait for most of it to dry. I have to take that out. And in this little spot, I'm going to put heart. Okay, and then mix that up a little bit and mix a little bit more. I decided I was going to mask it this way by putting pink in the entire picture instead of just there. Ooh, okay. What can I do on this piece instead of switching back to another one? Just because in order to start on another one, I probably will start from scratch and start up a new drawing. Smarty paints to you. Alright. Alright. Okay, let's dab some of that ink away. Just so that it dries a little bit faster. Not because I'm impatient or anything, because I don't want it to take for literally ever. Okay, so now I'm going to slowly pull off the drawing gum. Bam! White line. Okay, drawing gum. Come on. So I need to make sure that the places I'm pulling the drawing gum from aren't going to like have ink go into them. Oh my god, smart ink pants. You're right. That's so much better. Are you still having trouble sleeping? You see this? That's terrible. That. Do 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 do. Yeah, I mean that's true. I know that we've already looked this up, but do you get restful sleep when you are put under? I think the answer was yes. Maybe it was no. I can't remember. Ah! Hi, Teddy. Okay. Okay, so they're still in the midst of drying. So I can't remove any of this stuff out here because it would just smudge like this did right here. But, I mean, that's not killer. Gonna drink some water I stole from my mom's house. Ah, sorry. Grab my white ink and grab my dip pen, which is covered in gross stuff. I don't want to listen to this. I'm listening to a no copyright music playlist that has like a ridiculous amount of songs on it. Ow, I just stabbed myself with my thing as I cleaned it. That was dumb. So much for being a smart ink pants. Dip pen. Hi, Alistair. Hey, baby. Yes, that's my art. Yeah, good boy. Hi, baby. Good boy. Don't sit on that. Oh my god. Damn it. Alistair, stop. Alistair. Criminy. Oh dear. This is what happens when you have pets, guys. You ruin your art. Well, darn. ugly. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm going through and I'm cleaning up all these lines, making them look a little bit sharper, and trying to make the piece look a little bit better overall. I'll probably go through again with the white line much later after everything's really settled in and dried. Because I found that the white ink works well, or at least a lot better on dry ink. Otherwise it starts seeping in and it turns a much lighter white, like it's much less opaque. It's more of a gray, which is fine, it's just not what I wanted. Yeah. I think I need to plan some of these out a little bit better in the future, the ones that are just fully black. I like the way that the other one came out, but it was a lot easier to do the silhouette like in total. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But for doing this one, I should have anticipated a lot of this in advance just in case. Yeah. Oh, it's only 2. Cool. I might be able to start the second one before I go to bed. And as I said earlier, that one will probably be a lot faster, just because it's a lot less detailed. I don't know if I said that in this video or the other one I was trying to start. But between then, the time I need to take the pupper out to go potty, after I'm done with this one, I don't think he has to go. The door's open, but before I send him on his way to sleep, I just need to double check. That way he doesn't wake up and wake me up, essentially. He does this thing where he will nibble on my face and like lick my face until I wake up so that he doesn't pee on the floor, which is a good thing, but very distracting when you're trying to sleep. It's usually around 5 o'clock in the morning, which is fine. Rin wakes up at 5, but when Rin goes to do work, Rin doesn't wake up at 5, so Rin's working at 5. When Rin's going to do work, the puppy is still in the room with me usually, and he definitely needs a little bit of an extra trip out. Welcome back, Mom. Are you feeling better? Belly button. Just a little sliver. Thank you. Yeah, for a while all of my pieces in the in-between phase kind of look really bad. I think that can be said for most art. Is in the last little home stretch, they actually start looking decent. Before then, a lot of the time they just look like trash. Like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you doing that? That looks terrible. And a little bit of it is fumbling through, still figuring out mediums and figuring out how they react with each other. Yeah. Because it's only 2, I'll probably have time before I go to sleep to start on the next one if I finish this one in time. Otherwise, I might just go to sleep for this time, this good evening. But I was saying before, like when you were gone, that I will probably have to take a short break to take the puppy out to go potty. You should go to sleep if you're sleepy. I thought you said, oh, I'm so awake. I'm not tired at all. I should probably just leave the other one for tomorrow. And like, I don't know, get actual sleep. Boop, boop. Okay, brush M. I know I have a brush S around here. Somewhere. I'm not gonna look for it. I can just use this. Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop. Okay. I'll probably go to sleep after this. Just because I was told to by somebody's mother. She just happens to be mine. My mother. Face itches. Point 1. BM. Point 3. Boop, 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 boop. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. Where did my white go? There it is. Alright, I think that is light enough to show that it's a mouth. I'm gonna go in with black. To really heighten the difference. Need to go in with there as well. And here. Pull in some darker tones here. Give her like a nose, because she has one of those. I think we're about done. I'll give it another look tomorrow and see if there's anything I really want to change, but I think that this is pretty good. that. It's been 2 hours, which is a little bit over my usual time, but I guess that includes drawing time and kind of fussing around that. Looking at my stream. Hello, Tama. Yeah, the details are kind of just what what makes it like not look absolute rubbish. It's amazing how something can change in like a matter of 15 minutes. That last 15 minutes is what makes it, I think, generally. After that, I tend to overwork things, so anything over that is probably going to end up looking terrible as well. Well, maybe not terrible. All right. I think that's good enough. Nope. One more thing. I think I actually need to leave that there because it keeps drying lighter than... When I pull it up, I think it's drying lighter than it should. No problem. Thanks for coming and watching the stream. I like streaming. I like having a reason to stream. Inktober's a good reason. I think probably in November I'm going to start doing thumbnailing for comics, so I'll probably stream that as well. But it might be a little bit more boring. I don't know. I imagine that seeing how people do comics in real time would be pretty cool. I mean, I would like watching it personally, is what I mean. I don't want to listen to this song. Alrighty. I think... Oh dear. Alrighty, I think that's it done. Just put some okay, so that's it. I'll probably give another look at it tomorrow, just to make sure that there's nothing else I want to change or add. Usually I go through and straighten up all these stars, but I'm not too bothered by them being a little bit wonky. So yeah, it's 2:12. I mean, I could start on the next one, which is this. And this is for, gosh, I can't remember what the prompt was. Maybe it was ferocity. Yeah. I would have to look at the brief to even consider what it was, and I can't remember right this very second, but I'll probably do this tomorrow night on stream, and then start streaming every night that I am doing this. I have that one, I have this one, and I have this one all sketched out and ready to go. There are several videos I haven't got up yet, but I will have them up soon, and I'll have the speed paint of this one up as well when I can. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe after this is all posted, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye!